Hi everyone, it's Melissa Davis from By Mimi with Love. And guys, I am here to do something a little different tonight. I thought it would be so much fun. I am very excited. I just learned these techniques. A lovely, lovely lady from Australia, Jennifer Wren, showed everyone how to make gesso and texture paste themselves, and she did this on Facebook Live. And I was just thrilled with it because, as everybody knows, gesso and texture paste cost a fortune. Hi, Yvonne. Thanks so much for stopping in. I am I am going to make gesso and texture paste to show you guys how to make them at home. Um, I am just amazed at how well it works and how easy it is to do, really. And I know not everyone buys texture paste or gesso or alcohol ink, but I do. Hi, Michelle. Bless your sweetheart. Um, but I want here is the recipes. Um, Gesso and texture paste. And Jennifer Wren taught me how to do this, and I'm thrilled with it. I'm thrilled with the way it works. It's so cheap. It's so easy. Oh, I'm so glad you could catch me live too, Yvonne. You guys are great. Okay, I will put this back again if anybody needs the recipe. Now, but the first thing we're going to learn how to do is make your own alcohol ink. And she taught me how to do that as well. Okay. And I will show you a sample of I made this just a few minutes ago. Put it in one of the spray bottles from the Dollar Tree. And you guys are going to die when you see how pretty this is. That's homemade. Is that not gorgeous? And it's so easy to make this spray. It is so easy. And I just think it looks beautiful. So we're going to learn how to do that. Yes, 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 we are. I got a shadow. Well, that's not helping. How are you guys doing? What are you working on? Look at that as it dries. Isn't that pretty? I'm just thrilled with it. So we're going to learn how to do this, right? I got these little shot glasses from the Dollar Tree because they're tall and they are perfect for doing these alcohol inks in. It is. It's a gorgeous color, and it didn't cost me anything but 70 cents for the alcohol because I'm using old markers. I've got the rest of it soaking in this one. And then for my bee journal, I am wanting to make a yellow spray. So this is soaking too, and we'll test these out as we get done. But I want to make a blue spray. I've got two markers, and they're almost completely dry. You can't color with them. Okay. This one's a Sharpie, this one's a big. It doesn't matter. You can also use felt tip markers. You can use food coloring. You can use um, the alcohol markers at the Dollar Tree, right? So all I do is I put on gloves first. Because, guys, I can't stand the way the ink stains my hands. It drives me bonkers. So I am going to put on my gloves. They're noisy too. Sorry. Okay. All I do is take these markers and with the strength of Superman. I break them in two and take them out. And cut them into the glass. See, it's almost dry. It's not even getting ink on my fingers. And like everybody else, I've always just thrown my markers away. But obviously, that's a crazy thing to do. And remember, it doesn't have to be an alcohol marker. Of course, I guess it doesn't hurt that it is. Okay. Then I take my second one. Doing great, just relaxing today. Binge watched some movies and a couple of series on AMC and Netflix. Sony trying to reset my internal clock back today. Oh, have you been working at night, Yvonne? Okay, again. Just gonna pop that in two. And see, there's not even any blue on my fingers. These markers are dead. I'm just cutting them so they'll fit in the glass. And then here is the really hard part. Michelle's working on another Valentine's Day swap for Vagabond Crafter. Oh, I didn't know. Awesome. You don't work. Okay. And here's the hard part, guys. You pour it in alcohol. Now, I am hoping, because those are so dry, and all I've got left is 70% alcohol, and it really should be 90, so I may not get much out of those. Oh, there we go. They just need to get a little wet. Okay, we'll give them a few minutes. And then I'm going to pour it in a bottle. Ta-da! Okay. So let's get this one. Stir, stir, stir. And I'm going to get my bottle. Hi, Melody. Yes, I am a mad scientist. I am showing everyone how to make these delicious inks. And then I just pour it right into my bottle. I mean, this is just fun, guys. I'm trying to squeeze out some of the good stuff. All right. And then I'm just going to save that to make more Yalla ink with. I really like how tall this is. It's great to use, you know. So let's take it off. I mean, how cool is this, right? I got yellow ink all over my gloves. You can take them off. Get me a wipe and wipe off my bottle. Two gorgeous inks. Okay, now let's see how this one does. Look how pretty my pink is, Melody. Now we're going to do my, and it's much more vibrant. I've got a lot more color here than than it looks to you guys. That's for sure. Okay. get a yellow. And see, I'm going to use that for my... Hi, Isabel. Hi, Delia. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Guys, I am making alcohol ink, gesso, and texture paste. Here are my two inks. I wish they looked as dark on camera as they do. To me, this is for my B album. I'm going to use this yellow. Now we've got a blue soaking that might not be as dark as I like, but we'll see. So I've made these. You see how easy it is to make alcohol inks, right? The alcohol inks that I have, for instance, this one was $3.99. They're $3.99 at Hobby Lobby. And all you got to do, these were dried up. All you got to do is take markers, food coloring. Now, you do need 90% alcohol. I've got 70% is all I got left. And it's not doing as well with the blue because I had 90% for the yellow and the pink. But it's still working. It's still working. But I've created two. Now, the next thing we're going to make is gesso, guys. All right? And you won't believe how well this works and how simple it is. Actually, you know what? Let's make the texture paste first so it can be drying while we make the gesso so I can show you all how well the texture paste works. At the beginning, I had here are the recipes. Jennifer Wren from Jen Wren's Playhouse is the person that created these recipes. This is completely her ideal, her method. She is on Facebook, and all you gotta do is look for Jennifer Wren on Facebook and on YouTube. She showed everyone in her design team how to make these, and I wanted to show everyone in my design team. So that's the recipe, okay? So there you go. But this is all credit to Jen Wren. And I'm so excited because these are gorgeous, guys. I've got a lot more alcohol ink than I paid $5 for. So for the texture paste, we need a fourth a cup of, I've got these exactly wrong. I've got texture paste here and gesso here. But this is, oh, I'm the worst, guys. Okay. I need to fix that. No, that's right. What am I thinking? It's right. It's right. We're going to, for our texture paste, we need 1/4 cup of baby powder, a tablespoon of white acrylic paint, and 2.5 tablespoons of the PVA glue. Okay. So let's get started. Good old baby powder, which makes this smell delicious. So we need 1/4 a cup of baby powder. And I've got 1/2 cup here, so I'm going to do about half and throw it everywhere. it's already poofing up everywhere. Okay, and then we need a tablespoon of white acrylic paint. Now, I'm going to use a tablespoon of this Martha White, like I'm fixing flour, fixing biscuits. Martha Stewart paint because I love the yellow, okay? So, because if I want this gesso to be yellow, I've already made one that is white. Look at that, guys. That's upside down. See how nice? That's gesso. I mean, you know. So, we got to put a tablespoon in here. And I want it to be yellow gesso. So, I'm just going to use my yellow paint. And put him right in there. I've got this little spatula to get it all, you know. Okay. And then we need 2.5 tablespoons of our PVA glue. So let me get that off. 2.5 tablespoons. Here's my PVA glue. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and a half. Might be a little much. Once again, I'm going to use my little spatula. Okay. Now, guys, we got to stir this up. Michelle, PVA glue is just cheap white glue like Elmer's glue. Wood glue will work. It's pretty full now, guys. Sorry, I took a cough drop. I think this powder is kind of making me cough. It's really fun to make. Of course, I could have chosen a little bit bigger container, probably. How many of you all use gesso? I know Melody does. Look at it. Look at it. It's beautiful, guys. And you can make any color you want. I really should have cut my recipe in half because that's a lot of yellow gesso, you know. And let's say you get it and it's too thick, you can add a little more PVA. It's just up to you how you like the texture of yours, but I like mine a little thick. So I get a, you know, a more raised print through my stencil. But how cool is that, guys? Yellow gesso. And here is the white I made. So, I mean, honest to goodness, guys, I paid like $12 for one thing of the heavy gesso and paid like 9 or 10 for the, the thinner one. Oh, that was gesso. Texture paste. Texture paste is even more expensive than gesso, actually. Okay, so there it is. Now, let's give it a test. See my lovely stencil? It will dry lighter. Yes, it sure will. Okay, here's my stencil, and I'm going to put it. Let's just see how this works. Okay. Everybody see my stencil? I really need to clean up my mess. Let me see if I can. There we go. I think that's a little better. Okay. I just love the color of it. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Now let's see how it works. And you can make any color you want, guys. Just by the color of paint you add to it. If you just want white, then you're going to add white paint. I want it a little bit thicker. This is why I wanted to do this first, because I want this to dry while we're making the gesso, maybe. We'll dry. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, it's beautiful, guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. And that's all it takes. And you've got gesso. Oh, I just love it. I worked that a little too long and made it smear. Let's try it again right here. See if I can do this a little better. Oh, yeah. That's just awesome, guys, right? Hi, Carla. I just love it. I 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 love it. Okay. Very good. Very good indeed. I'm very happy with that, right? So, now, where's my other jar? I'm going to put my yellow gesso in here. And that's enough yellow gesso probably to last me most of my life. I am getting ready. Why I'm making this is I'm getting ready to do my bee journal cover. And I want to do some stenciling on it. I would like to remind everybody this is not my ideal, nor did I know how to do it until my beautiful friend, Jennifer Wren, Jenny Wren's Playhouse here on YouTube. You can also catch up with her on Facebook. Guys, she taught herself how to do this just by experimenting. As her kids were growing up, she wanted to craft, and um, she had to come up with a way to craft without spending a lot of money. And I'm just so thrilled that she would teach us how to make gesso and texture paste. This is texture paste. Do you see that consistency? I mean, that's nice, guys. And it wasn't a big ordeal to make it, right? Really went kind of smooth. I don't think it's that big a deal. Okay, I'm gonna clean up my utensils while our texture paste is drying. So we can make our gesso. Who's coming to bingo tomorrow night, guys? We have enough prizes to run 2 boards. Okay, Melody, thanks for stopping in. Hi, Chiquita. So I hope everybody makes it tomorrow night, because we're going to try to run two games like we did on New Year. Not as many games, of course, but nor as big a prizes, just normal prizes. But we thought we'd run 2 boards and see if we could fill them up. Okay, about to get my mess cleaned up. Oh, good. Okay. Now we're going to make gesso. But one thing I do need to do before we make our gesso, I forgot to spread a little bit of the white texture paste, because I wanted you all to see how easy it is to use or to change the color or whatever. Okay. I'm getting it all over me. Let's put just a little tiny. Here is the white texture paste I made. I'm just going to get a little dab of it. Right? Because the yellow is just going to stay yellow. It really is nice to work with. I really like it. I'm amazed with it. Okay. I just want that one little bit to be white so I can show you guys what you can do with it while it's drying. Okay. And put my white back up. I can't believe how much that stuff cost. I had no idea you could make it on yourself. Hi, Martha. Oh, we haven't made the gesso, sweetheart. I'm getting ready to make it now. That is what we are making next. That was texture paste. Again, I will share the recipes with you guys. And these recipes are from Jenny Wren Jen Red. She made up the recipe and everything. She's used this for years. This is for the texture paste, and this is for the gesso. So, hi Kiki. Oh, I appreciate everyone stopping by, guys. All right, now, so for the for the gesso, you're going to use baking soda. And I need 2 tablespoons of baking soda. One. Two. I also need a tablespoon of white acrylic paint. You could also make your gesso any color you wanted. I don't often do that. I usually paint over gesso. White acrylic paint. And then 1 tablespoon of your PVA glue. PVA glue, sweetie, is just white glue, white standard glue, white craft glue. Pretty much it's Elmer's glue, school glue, that kind of a thing. And now we got to stir this up. Now this one takes a little more stirring because you got to let the baking soda kind of dissolve because it's gritty at first. So that's going to take a minute. Can it be any kind of glue? No, probably you want to use the PVA or the white glue. Oops. Oh, can y'all believe that? Look what I did. Poured it right out. Of course I did. Can it be any brand, Jess? I mean, doesn't matter about that, but it needs to be the or wood glue, white wood glue, just any cheap glue. Of course, I made a mess. That seems to do me what I do best, honestly. Just make some kind of mess. Okay. You can kind of hear it's gritty, Now, gesso is something that you use to prime things with, okay? So, just like, let's say you're going to paint your room in your house, you would prime it with kills, right? Kilts, actually. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. But that's what it's for. It is to prime whatever so you can paint on it. Or not just paint, so it's ready to accept any mixed media, For instance, if you are making a cover out of this box and you just decide you want to paint on it won't cover. It streaks and you can see through it, right? You would have to put on 2 or 3 coats. But I'll show you what the gesso will allow you. I'm sorry, it takes a minute for it to dissolve, guys. So we've made ink, alcohol ink. Look how pretty my colors are. I'll remind you of those. Oh, just love them. My pink. So gorgeous. Okay. I think it has dissolved. Looks like gesso, right? Now, if you wanted a heavy gesso, I guess you could make it a lot thicker. I haven't tried that yet. Okay. So, gesso is so you can cover stuff up, like if you wanted to paint in a picture in this book. Now it's ready to accept paint. So as you can see, it works just as well as gesso, right? Here's the other thing, guys. Do you see this? This is really dark. It's a runoff page. See how dark it is and how red? Check this out. It will cover it. And when it dries, I'm painting with alcohol ink here. But you see you can paint over it. It's gesso and it works just as well. Thank you, Chiquita. Okay, now we catch up with everybody. Okay, but how cool is that, guys? See how good that works? I'm just absolutely thrilled with it. I spend a fortune on gesso, and it's beautiful. I mean, it works fantastic. So I'm going to put it in my jar. And this is my second batch. I wanted to make a batch first to make sure I could do it before I tried to show y'all something and messed it up. So that's enough gesso to last me for a little bit too. I got these little containers at the Dollar Tree. Look how cute they are. They're for Valentine's. They cute. Um, and my Dollar Tree was $1.25 a piece, guys. It is easy, darling. It's just there's the recipe. Look at this. Look how lovely the texture paste is. And as soon as this dries off, it takes it a minute to dry. That's full show. But I just wanted to show you guys that, I mean, if you can cover up this kind of a thing, right? then you got it. It's going to work. I'm thrilled with the inks. Let's check on our blue ink now. Um, I don't think it's going to do much because the alcohol is only 70%, and I use 90% on these two inks. And that's what you're supposed to use, is 90% alcohol. But I ran out. So I'm going to see if I can get just a little more color out of them. Let's see if it's got any color in it. Actually, it does. It really works. Oh, I'm thrilled. I wanted just a light blue, so this is going to be fine, I think. But it really does work better. I mean, it pulled it out of the yellow really quick. And I'm just going to save. I got these from the Dollar Tree. They're just little plastic shot glasses, but they're really tall, which I really like. So here's my thing of gesso. Here's my thing of texture paste. And here's my other texture paste. And I made these. This is about $30 or $40 worth of products, guys. I could not believe she knew how to do that. I was so thrilled. Now, I'm going to take my, this is the cover for my bee journal, these two pieces right here. So we are going to give the gesso an ultimate test by seeing how well it goes on the cardboard. Something that I would actually do, you know what I mean? Yeah, just the inside of a marker. And it doesn't have to be an alcohol marker. It can be the cheap markers from the Dollar Tree, guys. And I mean, it's just, this is gorgeous. Oh, shoot. I set it down. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, we're going to see how this works. Now I'm going to turn it over now because it's damp. Let's see how well this works on our cardboard, guys. Look at this. Look at that, guys. Hi, Evora. Welcome. It's so good to see you. Okay. Look at that. This is working so good. This is my homemade gesso. Now let's let this dry. And while that's drying, we will use regular gesso. That was bought from the store. And let's see how they compare, okay? So this is regular gesso. Well, they're covering about the exact same. This may be a little more opaque. I'm not sure, really. Maybe. They're so close, though, guys. They're just so close. I mean, right? So now we gotta let those dry. Oh, and the one thing I did want to try this on, let's try it on the box, because you see how streaky that was, right? So let's try it on the box. Then we'll cover it with paint and see how it does on the box with under the homemade gesso, okay? All right. All right, all right. Where is... Getting my brush and some water, because it's one of my good brushes. Okay, we're going to have to let that dry. Let's see how close this is to being dry. Oh, the yellow's dry. The thicker yellow is not dry yet, but this is dry. How gorgeous is that? And that's dry. So, let me put my gesso up. Lay this over here to dry. And bring that back in, and let's see how well our inks work on the gesso. Oh, they work just fine. Yes. Now let's see how paint will work on our texture paste. I keep calling this gesso. This one is texture paste. Okay, let's see how. Oh, this one I haven't opened yet. Let's go for the one I've already opened. Now let's see. If I can paint this. Yes. The texture paint is paintable, inkable. Look at that, guys. I mean, this is just not hard to do. And you've got gesso and texture paste. And you can see how well it's acting and performing. I mean, I am just, do you see the pink ink? See that? So it took the alcohol ink well. It took the paint well. I mean, and look, that's the exact color. I'm just loving it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, how's this one doing? Drying slowly and bowing the board a little. See if we can straighten that back out. Let's see if this is dry. This gesso's dry, so let's see if we can paint over it. And we can. It's unreal, guys. I am very thrilled with that. I really am. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Constance. I'm just thrilled with this. I just could not wait to show you guys. Okay, let's see how our blue ink's going to do. And I'm just going to take, these are bottles from the Dollar Tree. It's already cut, isn't it? I cut it already. Yes. And then I just use my little, somewhere I had a funnel. But I'm not seeing the funnel now. Here it is. And then I just pour my little ink into that. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see if this has got any color through the spray at all. Where's my sheet? Here's the yellow and the pink. Oh, it does. How easy was that to make? I have got 3 beautiful colors of ink, guys. Now, these I am so excited about because they're about $4 to $5 a piece for alcohol inks. How cool is that? And you just spray them. Ah! These things, y'all know, cost a fortune, the Tim Holtz. Any spray does. And these are gorgeous. I wish you could see how well. They're just beautiful colors, guys. I love them. I love that page look. Yes, they're expensive, Isabel. It does. It matches my polish. I mean, these things are, and if you're going to do mixed media, you got to have, you got to have something, right? I am noticing both of them seem still wet. This is the store-bought. This is the homemade. They're both bowing about the same. They're both still wet, so I think they're going to work just fine, I do. Where? What the heck? Annie and Melody aren't here tonight, so we don't need no trolls. Have I tried using the tie-dye powder with alcohol? Eh, I don't know what you're talking about, tie-dye powder. What is tie-dye powder, darling? Like the tie-dye for shirts and stuff? Because that sounds like a fantastic idea. Oh, mica powder works too? Oh, that's right, because they put mica powder in some of the alcohol sprays and stuff, you know? That's awesome. Oh, the tie dye from Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, girl, I'm getting it the next time I go. I love alcohol sprays. I had no idea I could make them like this. And alcohol markers dry up quick. So to be able to do anything with them is awesome, you know? Really? Wow, Isabel, I'd like to see a tutorial on that. Hugs, Chiquita. Thank you, darling. Thanks so much, everybody. I just thought it would be just as easy to come on live and do it rather than doing it and then having to upload everything and all that stuff. So I really appreciate everybody coming by. I hope you all learned something. I hope you got excited. I got yellow texture paste, white gesso, white texture paste, and 3 bottles of ink in an hour. In an hour! That's awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. And don't forget bingo tomorrow night, guys. If you want to pre-register, send us a thing. Well, that's okay, Constance. I appreciate you stopping by, sweetheart. Love you guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.